All right. We are on fail time video number 3. We are going to attempt just a camera in Godot, and we're going to start this project from complete scratch. We're going to start a timer, and we're going to try to do this in an hour. If we go over an hour, then we fucking failed, and we'll try tomorrow. All right? So with that said, here is our new project, which is called AJC1 for attempt just camera number 1. Okay, so I know the first thing we need to do is we go into 2D mode right here. So up here we have like asset library, we got script, we got 3D, we got 2D, right? We got all these little tabs at the top of the screen here. The one we want is this 2D. We want to create a new 2D scene, so we're going to go wander on over here, and we have this 2D scene button, right? Create root node 2D scene. We'll click that, and I'm going to rename node 2D. I'm just going to call it N2D for node 2D. And I'm just going to call it, I think I should call it world, because it's like the root node of the world of what can be seen. And then I know we want a camera. Now, we're not really going to see anything unless we have something rendered. So I think the easiest thing to do would be to put that background sprite in that we used last time. So let's go into here, and I know that I thought these were the only things that we were going to use, but we want something that can give us feedback as quickly as possible. Now, I know last time we attempted a parallaxing background, and we got that to work, and within the assets of that parallaxing backgrounds is Clouds 2048. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go grab, copy Clouds 2048, go back into the fuck this folder, go into the AJC folder, the attempt just camera, and I'm going to throw the clouds into here. Now, obviously, that's kind of inefficient because I just took a 2048 by 2048 image that was in my repo, and I copied it and pasted it. But here's the thing. We don't give a fuck about memory efficiency or even code efficiency. What we are concerned with right now is getting a project finished and out the fucking door. The efficiency we want is to get something fucking done. All right, so with that said, we know we want a camera, but we want to put a sprite in the background just so that when the camera is moving, we have some type of visual feedback that stuff is working, right? So we're going to add a child node here, and this is just going to be a sprite. And so I believe it's going to be called Sprite 2D. Yeah, Sprite 2D. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit create, and I'm going to go rename this to S2D for Sprite 2D, and I'm going to call it Clouds, right? Sprite 2D Clouds. Let's go check chat. Adding that to my quote board. Here's the thing. Oh, we don't give a fuck. There we go. I like that. We can screen cap that later too, yeah. Okay, so now that we have this cloud sprite, you see how there's a little face here? That's how you know that this is a sprite, right? So part of the difficulty of doing something in kind of like this integrated development environment is that it's not just enough to understand the code. You also have to understand like how the IDE works, and you have to understand the visual language of the IDE. So little face guy, that little face guy right there, that means it's a sprite, right? So right here, over on the right here, you see how this is Sprite 2D, right? So when we go over to the right here, right, all the way over to the right here, we see that we have this thing that says texture, and we see that it says empty. We're going to drag down here. We have all this confusing shit right here. We just want to go to quick load. But before we go to quick load, look, I'm going to be honest. Look, I go to a lot of not safe for work places on the internet. You know what they are. We're going to go make sure that when we hit quick load that we don't end up in like a porn folder. All right, we're good. It didn't open the kind of dialogue I thought it was going to open. It just went directly to my assets folder. That's nice, because that's where I want to be. Clouds 2048. Is this the correct folder, though? Because I see Goose, but where's Dan? Oh, it doesn't let me use GIF files? I can't use GIF files? Is that what's going on there? Yeah, I can't. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Now we know. Okay, so there's my clouds. Now we can zoom out by using the mouse wheel here. Okay, cool. So now what I want to do is I just want to run this. I'm going to go Control-Alt-Shift-S to save everything. So, I don't know. I don't think that worked. I think the first time you actually have to save. Let's see. Save scene. Save. Yeah, I don't think save all scenes work. Control-Shift-Alt-S, right? Control-Shift-Alt-S. There's still a little fucking star right here. I don't think that fucking worked. Okay, let's go scene, and let's just go hit the actual button. Save all scenes, right? Yes? There's still a goddamn star right there. right? I'm assuming that it's not saved. I'm assuming that star means it's not saved. So here's what I'm talking about. Like, you can read the documentation. But just because you know the documentation doesn't mean you understand the UI, right? Like, my difficulty that I'm having right fucking now is I don't understand this IDE. Why is there a fucking star here? Let's go over here and let's try to make this current, right? Because I know that this is not, like, the current node. Let's go right-click, and there should be some type of, like, make current. Instantiate, cut, copy, attach script, rename, change type. I don't see anything to, like, make it current. I know when we try to start the project, it was going to tell us to select a node, and that's nice and all, but I want to know how to fucking do it right fucking now, and I don't see add child node, instantiate child scene, expand collapse branch, cut, copy, attach script, rename, change type, save branch as scene? That might be what we need. Copy node path, open documentation. So I think that's actually what we need. Yeah, let's go save branch as scene. Let's see what happens, right? Save branch as scene. Can't save the root node branch as an instantiated scene. So I guess that's not the fucking right thing. Let me go check chat. Adding just Control S. That only works when you have a default scene selected, done by running the game initially. Yeah, so do you know how so I know we can make a default scene when we run it and select a default scene, but Jay, do Control, yeah. So I get that, yes, if we hit play right here, right? If we hit play right here, we can make it the default scene. But I just want to know if there is a way to do it, like, without doing that. Because I just feel, it feels kind of hackish, right? It feels kind of hackish to me to just, like, play it, and then this little helpful thing says, hey there, I see you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Would you like to make world your default scene? And you say, yes, I do not know what the fuck I am doing, and yes, I will take your help, and I will select that right now. Right? That's how I feel when I click this little play button. Now, so we'll just fucking do it. We'll just fucking do it since I don't know what the fuck to do. Right? No main scene has been, ever been defined, right? You don't know what the fuck you're doing, and we're not going to start unless you select a current scene, right? That's what this is. I'm going to hit cancel really quick and check chat. A node? Yeah, I guess default scene would be, right? Like, this node 2D should be, like, the default scene somehow, right? Like, I don't see any option here to, like, make it... I think... I might not... So, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, right? So, this node, is it a scene, or, like, what is that relationship, right? So, I don't know how to set that up. So, I guess we'll just use this I don't know what the fuck I'm doing dialog box, unless anyone knows what... there is a main scene setting and project setting. All right, let's go take a look at that. Thank you. Let's go check that out. So if we go into project and we go into project settings, and let's see, we have general input, localization, blah, 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 plugins. Okay, so configuration, name, localized, description, blah, 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 run. Oh, there we go. Main scene right there. Thank you. This is exactly what I wanted to see, because I want to know, obviously this is a little bit slower than just playing and using that help dialogue, but, okay, cool. So then, if we go into here, I see an assets folder, but I don't see anything here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so hold on. So I did Control-Alt-Shift-S, and we still have this fucking little star here. So I'm gonna go scene, and I'm gonna go just save scene, or maybe we need to use save as. Let's just do save scene. Okay. So that's kind of annoying that Control-Alt-Shift-S doesn't just take care of everything for me, right? Before I do this, though, I'm going to hit cancel. Scene, and then save scene is Control-S. So if I just do Control-S, does that at least work? Let's go Control-S. Okay, so that Control-S works, but not Control-Alt-Shift-S. Or whatever. So, Node.2D, world, text scene, right? We were going over in the documentation earlier, what does TSCN mean? It stands for text scene, which means that the encoding for the scene file is a text-based format. It's ASCII. Okay, let's go save that. And I'm curious. I've never looked at that, so I do want to look at that really quick. So inside of our project here, I just want to see if I can open this up. I'm just curious. So if we go open with, because I've never actually looked at, I've looked at the example in the documentation, but I want to see one in the wild. I'm just curious here. We're not going to look too much in depth. I just want to take a glance at it. So if I can, okay, so Godot scene, some information, resources. This is the resources section. This is, I'm not sure. Node name, or are all these resources? So like, so this is the resources section because this first thing is the header. I think that's what that means. Anyways, I know that I read in the documentation it was sort of hard to parse this visually. Good enough for me. Let's not get stuck on that. I just want to take a quick glance at it to see what I could derive from just glancing at it. Okay. You've got to set the scene first. A default scene isn't selected on purpose because people program in different ways and structure differently. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So going back over to here, I do want to do it the way I haven't done it before. So we're going to go into project settings, and we're in application run. Oh God, general, application run, and then we're going to select node2d underscore world dot text scene. Okay, we're going to open that. Okay, we're going to close. And now, if we hit play, we shouldn't get that warning message because now we know what we're doing, right? Okay, so we play, and we got the little boot up, and now we got this little background. Cool, okay. So now we want to add a camera, right? So we know that the camera, I believe, needs to be directly parented to the root node. So we're going to right-click on here. We're going to add a child node, and it's going to be a camera 2D, right? So camera 2D right here. And I'm going to go hit create. And then I'm going to go rename this. And I'm going to rename this to something like C2D for camera 2D. And I'm going to call it like main, like the main camera. And if you're wondering like why I'm capitalizing everything, this is just a way, so like, since I don't know what I'm doing, right? I don't know what I'm doing yet. So by just doing all capital like this, it's really going to stand out when, if these nodes end up somewhere in the code, it's going to be like really obvious to me because of the way I've typed it. That's why I'm doing it, right? Because I just want to be able to follow what I'm doing here. Okay, so we know that by default, the camera is not going to be active, right? So by default, there is something like some type of main property of the camera. Let's go see if we can find that. So we get an offset, anchor mode, ignore rotation. Oh, enabled is on. Okay, so I didn't think enable was going to be on by default because I thought like by default everything's disabled. Okay, whatever. Let's just see what happens. Let's go play because and the camera is, can we move the camera? Can we lock the other stuff? I need to, so I believe this is the camera rectangle, right? No? Or is the camera down here? Which one of these is the camera? Let's change the offset. Let's change the offset to like 44 and 44. Oh, so this is the camera rectangle right here. Okay, so if I change the offset to -100, enter. Okay, so we know we're going to see like this arc, and this arc is kind of pointing to the left. So when I start the scene, I want to see this arc at the top of the screen over here, and I want to see it pointing to the left. So I just want to make sure that what I'm kind of seeing here, I can verify that it's happening in the project when we start the project. So we want to see a little arc, and it's pointing to the left. So, okay, so here's our arc, and it's pointing to the left. Okay, good. Okay, so the next thing is, can we use the arrow keys to move the camera around, right? So inside of Node2D World, I believe this is where we're going to want to put our script. So we're going to go over here, and there's two ways we can add a script, right? We can go click this little script button for attach a new or existing script to the selected node, or the way I want to do it is I just want to right-click right here, and I want to do attach script. So let's go do that. Okay, so it's called node2d world.gd for Godot script. So That is a sensible convention to me, right? So the node has the exact same name, but a different extension. And then the script has the exact same name, but a different extension. That makes sense to me. That is a sane convention. We're going to go with that convention. Inherits node 2D, so it's a script that inherits the node. Okay. Let's go hit create. And now we have a basic script. And this is the thing that's processed every single frame. So what I want to do is I want to somehow get this camera, and I want to modify it. And I've seen a lot of tutorials that are talking about, like, get tree. Now, I believe it's get tree, and then we want to get the node. And I believe we get the node by doing something like, I believe it was something like res://n2d world.tscn. It's something like this. This isn't quite right? Because I believe that this is the file, and we actually want to resolve this file into an actual object. So I'm not doing this quite right. I'm gonna go Control-Alt-Shift-S anyways, because I'm not doing this right? So what I'm gonna do is, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I'm gonna go back to my notes here, and not doing get tree correctly. So this is not correct, right? So why don't we go look at get tree and in the documentation and read about how to do that, right? Now, you know what? I've already looked at the documentation. I've already watched tutorials. So you could argue that I should already know how to do this. But here's the thing. Look, I have the brain I was given. And unfortunately, I don't have a photographic fucking memory. So I have to go back to documentation that I've already read, because I don't know, right? That fucking sucks, but that's the way it is, right? Godot 4.2 documentation. So we're going to go look at the documentation, and we're going to find how that works, right? So why don't we go type get tree and see if we can find from get tree in here. Nope. Using the scene tree. Yeah, maybe. Let's go look at that. Introduction. Let's just see what, okay, get tree.root, right? So that'd be like the root node, the world node. Okay, scene tree, enter tree, ready. Tree order. Okay, get tree, change scene to file. That's actually interesting. I'm gonna put that in my notes. Alright, so let's go, change scene to file. Okay. What do we got? Next scene, preload. Okay, and how do we get a node? Get node instance using get tree Godot, right? So this is what I want to do, right? This is kind of what I want to do. And so in my notes here, I'm going to write that, right? Get node instance using get tree Godot, right? So I'm gonna write a little note here. I don't fucking know yet. Right? So this is the goal. This is what I want to know how to do. And let's see. How do I get the root node of a scene, not the whole tree? Well, I don't want the root node. I want a specific node. How to find a certain node in project. Accessing a child node from instance scene. How to access a node. Maybe this one? Access the current scene nodes from new node. Using the scene tree. There's a lot of things I could... let's see what... okay, yeah. So the root... but I don't want the root. I want... what I want is... I want to go into the code. Oh, wait. I'm already here. I can just type self. I can, oh, no. No, I'm in main. Wait, where am I? Okay, I'm in Node.2D world. I don't want self. I want, or can we do self dot? No? No, I want, camera 2D main here. I want this node here. So I'm in the script for world. I want to get the camera using, I believe I want to use the scene tree to do that, right? You actually don't need self to get self. It's implicit, right? It's implicit. You just use the property or method. Yeah. It's implicit, yeah. So is camera 2D, main? No, it's not. Okay. So I know it should be like get tree dot, I don't know. It's not this, right? But I want something like this, right? I want something like that, right? I don't know exactly how it needs to be though, but I want something like that, you know? So let me go back to my notes really quick. I'm gonna throw this on another monitor so we only have the text editor open that I want to look at here. So it's not this, but I'm gonna put this down here because that's kind of what I'm trying to do. If you want to get the child of the node with the script on it's get node. Oh yeah. So I've seen that. Okay, it's get node. Okay, got ya. So it's get node or $sign. So they got that kind of jQuery flavor to it, right? So back in here, right? So it's get node, and then it's going to be the, so we don't even have to put the whole path. We actually can type it like that. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thank you. So we're going to call this, I believe we have to call it, can we put that at the top? Can we do like, var, my camera equals, can we do that? Can we initialize it like that, or is that not allowed? The default value is get node, which won't return. Okay, so we can't do that at the top. That's not allowed. We can do my camera equals, would it be null? What is it in, so I'm not familiar with, so I don't actually know Godot script or Python. So I'm just kind of winging it here. So can we do this? Is that allowed? Is that legal? Am I legal? Let's go check chat. On ready first. Oh, okay, got you. So a little decorator. So if we do, so we can do this. We can do like at on ready. Now, wait, it's just one? Does that have to be at the top, or does it have to be at the beginning of the line? It's, yeah, so I'm gonna go look that up really quick. So, at on ready Godot. Actually, we can just go, let's go back to the documentation. On ready. On ready annotation. On ready GD script API C#. No, let's look at this. Yeah, this one looks good. Okay. Godot script reference, Control F, on ready. Okay, on ready annotation. Okay, so the annotations can be stacked above the variable. That's what it looks like. So we have two annotations being applied. And we have an annotation here. So it looks like it can either go at the beginning of the line or at the top of the line, right? Annotations. Okay, here we go. So on ready is an annotation, so we might as well read annotations first. There are some special tokens in Godot script that act like keywords, but are not. They are annotations instead. Every annotation starts with the @ character and is specified by name. A detailed description and example for each annotation can be found inside the Godot script class reference. Annotations affect how the script is treated by external tools and usually don't change the behavior. For example, you can use it to export a value to the editor. Okay, so export makes it so that you can access it within the UI, is what I'm understanding. At export range, 1 to 100, 1 or greater. Okay. Is this the control label or the control name? Var, ranged var. Oh, okay. Oh, no. It's an annotation applied to this. So this is the name that would be in the editor. For more information about exporting properties, read the Godot script exports article. Any constant expression compatible with the required argument type can be passed as an annotation argument value. Okay, max speed 120, export range, and then max speed can be in this annotation here because max speed is a constant. And I'm assuming that constant here is kind of like a C99 define. It's like a C define. So const here doesn't mean... I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that const kind of means that it is compiled into the code, not that it is immutable, right? Because this has to be a const expression. I'm making an assumption there. I don't know for sure. Annotations can be specified one line or all in the same line. They affect the next statement that isn't an annotation. Annotations can have arguments sent between parentheses and separated by comments. So that kind of sounds like we could have a space. We could have an empty line between this line and this line. And according to what they're saying here, we could do that, right? So we could have annotation A space or annotation A new line, annotation B, then another new line, and then, well, actually, I guess that's what we have, right? So what I actually mean is we could have annotation A, new line, annotation B, new line, then another new line, and then this, and it would still work, according to what I'm reading here, but I could be wrong. Okay, so on-ready annotation, this is what we want to know about. When using nodes, it's common to desire to keep references to parts of the scene in variable. As scenes are only warranted to be configured when entering the active scene tree, the subnodes can only be obtained when a call to node.ready is made. Okay, I got you. So, okay, let's just read it. Okay, var my label, function ready, my label equals get node, my label. Okay, so here's that get node there's that get node you were just showing me, the get node right here. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, get node, and we can do it in onReady. This can get a little cumbersome, especially when nodes and external references pile up. For this, Godot script has the onReady annotation that defers initialization of a member variable until ready is called. It can replace the above code with a single line. OnReady var my label equals node my label. Okay, cool. Warning. Applying onReady and at export annotation to the same variable doesn't work as you might expect. The onReady annotation will cause the default value to be set after the export takes effect and will override it. Okay. So it's going to override whatever you did in the UI, it's going to get overridden by the onReady assignment. Okay. At export var a, init value a. So this is something that is going to happen in the editor because it's an export var. I might not understand that correctly. OnReady export var b init value b. Okay. Function init print ab, and then we have init value and null. So we're ending up with null here, and we're not expecting null, right? We're expecting the init value b. Func notification what? Notification scene instantiated. Prints exported value A, exported value B. Okay. And then function ready prints AB, exported value A, init value B. Okay, to me this means just don't fucking mix them, right? That's what I'm seeing. It's confusing, don't fucking do it. That's my interpretation. What? I don't fucking get it. Don't fucking do it then. It's too complicated. I'm a very simple programmer. Therefore, the onReady with export warning is generated, which is treated as an error by default. We do not recommend disabling or ignoring it. Yeah, this is fucking confusing. Don't fucking do it, right? Don't write confusing code, right? Okay. That's good to know. This is good to know. Okay, I'm going to take this here. This is the, I'm going to put this right over here. I'm going to say, onReady documentation onReady documentation. onReady documentation. Okay, so we know that the onReady is inside of here, and then we know that this is get node, right? So we just want to go get node, and for explicitness, I know that the self is implied and we don't have to type self. But for our shortcut, we might want to do that just so that we understand where that get node is coming from. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a member method. Actually, let's go find that out right now, because maybe I'm wrong there. I could be wrong there. So let's make sure that we know what's actually happening, right? I'm going to close the document. No, we'll keep that open. So going back down to here, why is it still red? onReady var, my camera. Oh, because this. This, no? Unrecognized annotation onReady. Oh, wait. Credy, onCredy. Yeah, that's not going to work. Too many arguments for getTree. Where's getTree? I don't see getTree anywhere. Where's getTree? I don't see getTree. Where the fuck is that coming from? World. Okay, so in our world script, and we're in the world script, and it's saying line 11. I don't see any getTree command. Let's go Control-Alt-Shift-S. Now let's just, what the fuck? What? Are these old errors? Too many arguments for getTree. I don't see getTree anywhere. Why is it saying that line 11? This is line 11. Why the fuck is it telling me there's a problem here? Line 3. Line 3. Okay, line 3. Unrecognized annotation onCredy. Okay, well, I already fucking changed that. Why is that fucking still there? This is what I'm talking about. Like, you can read the documentation, but you still have to understand the IDE. This is me not understanding the goddamn IDE. Yep, I got that part. Yeah, I wrote on, yeah, thank you. Yep, we don't need self. You can just use the property method. If you want to get a child, okay, so, yep, it's get node, onReady first, yep, yep, I wrote, it's a log. Oh, it's a log. It's a log, so it doesn't, okay, so, okay, got ya. Okay, so with that said, and it's a log, is there a way to clear the log? Because that's going to drive me insane. Is there a clear log button or something? What's this little brush? Is this brush clear output? Okay, good, okay, cool. Okay, so we can clear the output, so I'm not fucking confused. And then I see a little warning thing, so let's click this warning and see what kind of warning we have here. Unused parameter. The parameter delta is never used in this function process. If this is intended, prefix it with the underscore delta. Oh, I was actually wondering about that, because I was seeing some tutorials where they were using underscore delta, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Is this like an old version of the engine? Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Let's do that. I don't like warnings, so I'm going to do that. I like that recommendation is okay with me. Okay, so I know we didn't really do that much work, but we want to understand what we're doing, right? So let's go play this and see what happens. So where's my little play button? I know it's like, oh, there it is, up here in the top corner, right there. Let's go play. We can also use F5. Okay, so we still have the clouds right here. All right, now, and this is coming through the camera, right? So the next thing we want to do is in our little delta here, let's change that back to delta. Oh, actually, no, we're not actually using the delta, right? We're not actually using that input. Let's go my camera, and then it's like offset or something, right? My camera dot, I think it's like offset X. No, it's not offset X. I thought it was offset X. That's not, okay, let's go look at it. So let's go look at the camera for a second. So here's our camera. And is it not offset? Oh, it's did I not type that right? Did I do offset underscore X like a crazy person? I think I did. Dot offset dot X? No? Okay, let's go look at the documentation. Camera 2D. Let's go look at the properties of camera 2D really quick. Okay, so camera 2D, and here's our shit here. Okay, so offset is a 2D vector. Okay, so it should be offset.x, right? Because vector 2, right? Yes? So here's methods. And the properties are X and Y. Yeah, the properties are X and Y. So what am I doing wrong there? Now, I don't usually code with IntelliSense or autocomplete, but if I'm going to use IntelliSense or autocomplete, I expect it to work. So that's why I'm a little bit confused, because I just assume that I'm typing the wrong thing because it's not doing anything. Let's do plus equal 1, and then let's do my camera.offset.y plus equals 1, right? Yeah? Yeah? No? Maybe? Let's go save that. Let's go check chat. You want to give the camera variable a type. With as camera2D at the end to get better auto-completion. Okay, thank you, thank you. So what we want to do is autocomplete is not going to do any type inference. Now, I don't know this language, so I forget where the type goes. So let's go up here to my notes, and let's go Godot declare variable with type, and then Godot declare variable with type, Godot declare variable with type. Okay, so we're going to say I don't know yet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go Godot declare variable. And then we're going to figure that out as well. Actually, we're not going to figure that out. What we're going to do is we're going to go C, right? And then declare variable might already be a shortcut in my script because it's something common that I would be doing for other languages. So let's grab on to declare variable like this and make sure it's not already a shortcut. No, it's not. And if I only make one shortcut, it's done with dashes. So I see Ruby declare variable here. I see forward declare variable, and then we're back at declare variable. Okay, so that tells me that I can do declare variable like this. And I can say C Godot declare variable and RB declare variable. And RB stands for Ruby. I haven't written any Ruby in forever. But does that bring me down to... Let me go grab that again. Declare variable. So in my notes, I had like a Ruby. Yeah, Ruby declare variable. Let's go add RB underscore declare variable like that. Control F, and we can bounce back between these 2 points. Good. Okay. So Godot declare variable. Let's indent that right there. And then let's go check chat. The safest way for it to never fail would be var camera, camera2D, camera as camera2D. Okay, got ya, yeah. So you can, yep. So I'm familiar with the as. I did a lot of ActionScript like 10 years ago, so I'm familiar with the as keyword there. Got ya. So why don't we do that? We'll go grab this really quick, and I'm gonna go take your snippet. I trust your snippet. I'm gonna throw it in there. Bam, there it is. Okay, so let's go try that. So that actually kind of looks a lot like ActionScript, because I think this is the way ActionScript kind of writes it. That looks a lot like ActionScript. I don't know if you've ever written ActionScript, but that looks a lot like ActionScript. Okay, so let's go back over here. So we know it's a colon, right? We know it's a colon. So we want to go up here, and we're going to go camera 2D. And then over here, now we can use the $sign, like you said, for shorthand. I'm going to use it long-handed just because if you already know the shorthand, it's easy to read. But if somebody new is coming into the code base, the $sign is a lot harder to Google for as far as I'm concerned. And then we're going to do as camera 2D, right? As camera 2D, right? Okay. So now that we have that, now if we go over here, let's try the auto-completion and see what we get now. Dot offset. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have offset now. And then we do dot, and now we have the X. Okay, there we go. Thank you, thank you. That is very helpful, right? That's very helpful. So now the question is, if we start this up, do we have the camera just moving, right? So let's go play the project with the play button up here. Let's go play that. There we go. We saw it moving. We saw it moving. Okay. So now the next question is input, right? Now, there's different ways we could do input, right? We could attach all the input to the player, but right now in this little project here, I just want to do a camera and move the camera with inputs. So I don't actually want to do a player yet. Tomorrow we're going to do a player, but today I just want to, is this going up? Oh, it's going up. Okay, I thought I was doing a countdown. Why am I? Oh, I guess today we're not doing a countdown. All right, we're counting up instead. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do a player, but right now I just want to do like a basic script where we take in different inputs and we move stuff around, right? So this script is Node.js world, so we're already in the correct place. And I know that we had a special direction vector, command that we could use to get a normalized vector. So I know it was like get inputs or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but we have some notes. I'm going to go over here and type get inputs. I don't think that was the command, but what I want to do is like, you know how like Neil deGrasse Tyson has like a good talk on the like unreliability of eyewitness testimony and how bad people are at actually remembering things? Because I remember the general sentiment of the function I saw earlier in the documentation, but I don't remember exactly what it was, right? So what we want to do is we want to use that general, vague, corrupted sentiment stored in our super fallible human brain, and we want to take that corrupted memory in our human brain, and we want to take that corrupted fragment and resolve it to the correct piece of information, right? Now, if I had a photographic memory, I wouldn't have to do this, but I don't have a photographic memory, right? So I do believe there was something about the word input. So let's use our token highlighting to highlight the word input. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go through our file here. We try to add the most recent information at the top of the file. So that command I used, I think it had the word input in it. Input.getVector. Okay, so input.getVector. So this input thing, that is probably some type of, is that some type of special object, or is it some type of global thingy-mabobber? So I don't know the type of input, right? But this is what I want to use, right? So I'm going to go back up here, and I know it's this, and then it's like, type of Godot input object, right? Okay, so I don't know what this is. And so we need to figure out what that is, right? Is that some type of thing that is just generally available? Do I need to create it as a node? What do I need to do? So let's go look at chat, see what chat has to say on that. Input is like a global object class or whatever it's called. Okay, so it's like it's a global, it's like a singleton. You could call it a singleton, right? It differs, right? It differs depending on what language you're programming in. But I get it. Okay. Function input even. Oh, so we could do it in an input event. We could do it in an input event. Got it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we could do it in an input event, or we can grab this input object. Okay, cool. So that's good to know that there's two different ways to like make this happen. Thank you. All right. So over here, let's go comment this out. So I believe it's hashtags, right? And it's like only one hashtag. I'm going to do two. Why am I going to do two? I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do two. Because it's a force of habit, because in my script here, 2 hashtags is a comment. So I'm just going to fucking do that in my own scripts. I don't fucking care. All right, so let's go. I guess, you know what? It actually probably would make more sense to do it in an input event for organization. I think it would be more proper to do it this way, right? I think that would be the more proper way, right? But knowing both ways is good though, right? Because you might want to, oh wait, we can't have white space, can we? We can't just start typing here, can we? We have to have, oh crap, but that would make this wrong, wouldn't it? Okay, I don't fucking know. Let's not worry about it. We'll find out. Okay, yeah. So, oh, well then the event is the event. Let's go do event. Okay. So we have some stuff is action pressed. Okay, so we could do it that way. Okay, you know what? Why don't we do it this way first? Why don't we do it this way first, right? So we know that we can do it this some type of global singleton thingy mabobber, right? So the type of the input object is some type of global singleton thingy mabobber. We know we can do it this way, but why don't we try it whatever way we can just get things working? So let's try, can we do it's like move left or something, right? Let's try move left. No? Is that not available? Do we have to just do UI? Do we have a UI left? I don't know what UI left. Well, let's go look that up. What is UI left? And is there a move left? Or is that built in? Or do I have to create it? Let's go to the documentation really quick. Let's close that. Let's go write move left. Is that something built in? Or is that something you have to define yourself? Controllers, gamepads, and joysticks. We have a move left here. Get vector. Player scene and input actions. Okay. Oh, is move left part of a player? Is move left something that extends from the like player 2D or sprite 2D or whatever? So if you want move left, it actually has to be part of the player. That's what it kind of sounds like. Let's go check chat because I hear you dinging. I hear chat dinging at me. I'm gonna go check chat. Okay, pass is just for closing an empty function. Yep, got ya. You can comment out the process line to get rid of the error. That and pass. Okay, yep. UI left, right, etc. is arrow keys by default. Okay, so we can do right. Okay. Oh, UI left, UI right, arrow keys by default. That's actually what I want. The input map in project settings has some built-in stuff. Okay. Let's go back to the documentation really quick. And let's just go Control F for UI left. No? Okay, well let's skim through this really quick and then we're gonna search for UI left in the search dialog there. Input dot get vector move left. Okay, so we can do this. This seems like it might be a better way, but I want to try that first way first. Oh, actually, dead zone. I wanted to know what dead zone was, so I'm going to read that too. Oh, that's exactly what I already had there. So dead zone. Unlike keyboards and mice, controllers offer access with analog inputs. The upside of analog inputs is that they offer additional flexibility for actions. Unlike digital inputs, which can only provide strengths of 0 to 1, an analog input can provide any strength between 0.0 and 1.0. The downside is that without a dead zone system, an analog axis strength will never be equal to 0.0 due to how the controller is physically built. Instead, it will linger at a low value, such as 0.062. This phenomenon is known as drifting and can be more noticeable on older faulty controllers. Okay, the only game that I actually play, this is not a lie, the only game I actually play is Doom and Doom Eternal, and I have broken so many controllers. Like, a controller for me only lasts like 6 months. No joke. A PlayStation controller only lasts 6 months for me. And then it starts to drift. Right? I don't know if, like, I have an extra hard grip, but I also only play the game in nightmare mode. So, like, that could probably have something to do with it, because it's, like, you gotta be really fast. So drifting, I don't think I need to read the rest of this, because, like, I get it, right? That makes sense. This makes sense to me. I think it's just going to explain what I already know. So I'm not going to read this. Let's read this, though. The default value is 0.5. Okay, that's important to know. But you can adjust it on a per action basis in the project settings. Okay, so input.getVector. The dead zone can be specified as an optional 5th parameter. If not specified, it will calculate the average dead zone value from all the actions in the vector. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that could be nice because, like, maybe like in Doom, when you do the weapon wheel selection versus moving your sights, like maybe moving your sights or selecting a weapon from the UI, maybe you want the controller to have a different dead zone for those two different actions. That makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go grab this. I'm gonna go to my documentation, and I'm gonna go write dead zone and dead zone. And then I'm gonna go say C dead zone docs. God damn it, where's the... Oh, yeah. Okay. What the fuck? Do I... So my finger keeps on slipping on caps lock. That's what's happening there. Okay, let's go check chat again. Yep, so we want to use UI left, UI whatever. Okay. The input map in project settings has some built-in stuff. Okay, yeah, why don't we go check out that input map too? Pretty sure move left, move right, etc. is WASD. Okay. All right. I want to use the arrow keys. I have a full keyboard. We'll use the arrow keys for now. Make sure when doing direction to normalize. Yep. Normalize your direction. Yep, I got it. If you don't, moving diagonal will be faster. Yep, I got you. Yep. Okay, cool. So I do want to check out those project settings, right? So let's go do that. So let's go project settings, and there was something about input map. So application, display, audio, internalization, GUI, rendering. And then physics, XR, editor, input devices. Okay, let's go grab onto... Let's go do input devices. Emulate touch from mouse, emulate mouse from touch. Oh, interesting. So you can do it either way, huh? Enable long presses click, enable pan and slide gestures. That's important to know because we're actually going to need to know this stuff when we make our game. Now, oh, it's right here. I'm being dumb. I see it. Okay, let me go check chat. You're probably telling me I'm being dumb, right? It's on the top tabs. Yep, I see that right there. Yep. Okay, yep. Okay. So input map. Okay, filter by name, add new. Oh, okay, so we can kind of customize it here, right? Let's try this. Let's try to mess around. Let's fuck around and find out. All right. Show built-in actions. Let's click that. Okay, so oh, nice. Okay. So UI accept, UI select, UI cancel, UI focus, UI. Okay. UI left, joypad button, something, joy axis, UI right, blah, 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 UI up, UI down. Okay, so there are all the UI things that you were talking about, right? So, so Ionic Moronic kind of showed me where to find it, and Andrew here told me what they were. So, working together. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Okay. So let's go do that. So right here is action pressed, and then let's just do it the simplest way. So let's not use the compound function, right? There is a compound function for this that we could use called input.getVector, but let's try it the kind of simpler way, and then the next time we do this, we'll do it the other way, right? Okay. So let's go. Can we do Control D? Control D? No? No Control D? No Control D for us? Okay, fine. Control C and Control V it is, I guess. No! No, god damn it! Okay. Shift tab. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. So UI left, UI right. Oh, and there's a underscore there. UI up. UI up, yeah? And then UI down, right? UI down? Okay. And then, so I don't know what, so I want to know what this returns. Does is action pressed return like a 0 or 1? or does it return a Boolean? So let's go copy that really quick. Let's go to the documentation. And did I close? I closed the documentation, didn't I? Godot. Does it, is action pressed? So we're using an input event, right? Because it was, yeah, we're using an input event object, right? Methods. And so is action pressed is a Boolean. Okay, so we have the action and then some other parameters that have default values. Okay, so it's a Boolean. So I assume that we need to do a cast, right? We have to do a cast. So we need to do like int, right? We need an integer cast on that, right? And then after our integer cast, we can, what do we want to do? What do we want to call it? Do you want to say like, let's call it direction plus equal, and then this one is right? So, oh, actually, oh, I got it backwards. I got it backwards there. Minus equal, right? Then direction dot x plus equal, and then the int cast, right? And can we collapse this thing over here? Can we collapse this, or can we do that? Yeah. Oh, this is a little claustrophobic. Okay, and this would be direction dot y, and we're going up, so that would be inverted y-axis. Okay, and then down here, we're gonna go home button, direction dot y plus equal, and then an integer cast, end, the end of the line. Okay, so left and right, minus and plus on the x, then we have up and down, minus and plus on the y, and then we have to actually define direction. So we're gonna go over here, and we're just gonna say var direction equals var direction vector2, right? Vector2 equals, and then do we just do, we do a constructor, right? And 0, 0, right? Yeah? Yes? Okay, cool. Control S, and let's clear the logs, because I think the logs had, okay. Let's just make sure it runs. We're not ready yet, but let's just make sure that runs. Okay, let's go check chat, because I heard some dings. Control-Shift-D is duplicate. Oh, Control-Shift-D? Okay, let's go look at that really quick. So if we go back in here, right, and we go Control-Shift-D. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll remember that for next time. Thank you. Because that would have sped stuff up. Yeah. I use Control-D, like, all the time. Those return bools, need to put them in if statements. If event, do thing. You can control-click them to get them up. So, yeah. If statements, or what I'm hoping is that I'm hoping that it casts to a 0 or a 1. But I could be wrong, right? I'm hoping that if it's sensible, right, in C code, a Boolean is a 0 or a 1. Well, actually, technically, in C code, 0 is false, and then any other bit pattern that is non-zero is true. I'm hoping that when we cast this, it's going to cast correctly. Your method for what you did with those events is unique and neat. Never thought of that. I'm stealing that. Well, hey, hold on. Let's let's make sure it works first, right? Let's make sure it works first, right? Because we don't fucking know if this is gonna work, right? So let's hope it works, though, right? So, because we don't know yet. We're about to find out, though, right? Because we can, let's just go fucking steal this. Let's go fucking steal this from over here. Let's go paste that. And what we're going to do here is, let's not even worry about normalization, right? Let's not even worry about the normalization part yet, right? Let's just get some feedback, right? One little thing at a time, right? Get some feedback, see if it's doing what we expected to do. And if it's doing what we expected to do, then we can kind of move on further, right? So let's go play that and see if we have stuff working or what happens. I'm gonna press right. Ah, look at that, beautiful. It needs some scaling. I'm gonna press left. Left? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna press up. Okay, up is... Oh, we forgot something. We forgot something. Oh god, what the fuck? Okay. So, we need to zero some things out, right? We need to zero some things out. So at the top here, right? Can we... I'm gonna write it simply, just because, like, I don't know if we can just pass it a new constructor. I mean, maybe we can, but that seems kind of dirty to me, because, you know, writing a lot of C code, a new constructor seems ugly. We got to zero this out first, and also we noticed that, let's make a speed over here, right? Let's go var speed, and that's going to be a float. I don't know what the float type is. It's just called float. Is it lowercase? That's not very consistent. Is it really float lowercase? Okay. I guess it is. Okay. And actually, we don't want that to be a 1. We want that to be like, let's make it 8 times faster, right? 8x? Nah, let's do like 4x. Let's do 4x. Okay, let's go over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take these directions, and yes, we should be normalizing this, but the thing is that we just want to get it working first, right? And then we'll worry about normalization. We'll do this. We'll do it a different way next time, right? Next time, now that we know kind of the basics, we'll do it again. We'll do it faster, and we'll do it in a different way, right? Okay, so let's save that, and let's go try that out really quick, right? Let's go try that out. Okay, so left arrow. Oh, no, now it's, we gotta tap it. Right arrow, tap it. Up arrow, we gotta tap it. Bottom arrow, we gotta tap it. So it's not, we can't hold it. So, what are we using? We're using is action pressed. I think we want to use is pressed. Is there like is pressed? Oh, so I want something that like, I want something for like, for holding it down, right? Like, I don't want to just check once. Oh, but it's, oh, okay, I see. So if we have it in the input event, this is only going to get fired when it gets that key, right? So if we want it to be like, if we hold down the key and it keeps on doing, okay. So I understand why it's doing what it's doing, right? And so I might want to approach this differently the next time so that it's not like that. Let's go increment the speed more. Now that we know that it's more punchy, let's just put a 16 in there, right? Let's go run that. Okay, so tap, 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 tap this way, tap, tap, tap that way, tap, tap, tap up, tap, tap, tap down, right? We can't hold it. We'll do that next time. I think next time we'll do that, right? So right now, when we hold it, it's not gonna scroll, and I definitely have a good idea of how we can fix that. I think we should use that. I think we should use that input. Okay, so what we should probably do, and I'm gonna read chat after this, but I'm gonna assume that what we should do is we should use that input object. We should use that input object in the process event that's called every single frame. And I don't think we should do it this way. I don't think we should do it this way. I think, now we could use this, for other stuff, right? Like, this could be for, like, if you have a player and the player needs to, like, set a bomb whenever the B key is pressed, I think that would be okay for, like, right in here, right? For actions that are more punchy, and don't rely on the input being held down, I think it would be okay for that to be here. But I think that other actions that rely on, like, holding down a key, I think those should kind of go in the process. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Control-Alt-Shift-S to save all. Let's go check chat. That way, yep, exactly, yep. That way it's checking every frame, right? Yeah. This is probably better to have in the process. Yes, ironic or moronic. Yes, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, okay. So we're all on the same, it sounds like we're on the same page here, right? We're all on the same page on how we should have done it. Your method for what you did, okay, and then the whole, like, Boolean thing. So the Boolean thing worked, right? So we didn't quite get the code quite correct, but the Boolean thing, that little hunch, that worked out for us. Cool. Now, I believe we're already over an hour. Yeah, so we're at 1 hour and 4 minutes. We got a little camera working, right? We got our camera 2D main, we got our clouds in the background, we got a world node, and we got it working, right? Just a little bit of an example project. Now, let's go over one more thing. I don't know if this repo is public or not. We might not make this repo public because it's going to have like our own assets in it, and we want to release this. We want to make sure that when we release something that nobody's like cloning our game right away. It's not like super innovative game that we're making here, but maybe I should take all of this study stuff, right? All this fuck this stuff is actually in our main businessman Dan project, but you know what? Maybe we should extract the fuck this folder, and we should just put it into its own like repo for like studying. Why don't we go do that right now? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make a new folder here. I think I already have a Godot study folder. I do. You know what? We've been calling this series fail time. So why don't we go new folder? And I'm gonna call it fail time Godot. Yeah. Is that what I'm gonna call it? Or just actually let's go Godot fail time. Yeah, let's call it that. Now let's go into that businessman Dan folder. And let's just go take this fuck this folder. Let's go copy it. And then let's go into Godot fail time. Let's go paste that. And then let's go just go extract everything, right? There's no need to nest it that deep. So let's go paste it. All right, let's get rid of the fuck this folder, right? Because now it should be empty. It's empty, right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we're going to go delete that folder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to right click. We're going to go git bash here. And we're going to open up a terminal here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go git init dot. Okay, to initialize it, to turn it into a Git repo. And then we're going to go git status. We see a whole bunch of unadded folders. We're going to go git add dot to add everything. And that's taking a while there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go git commit -m fail time series for Godot Engine, right? So we're going to put that in there. www.youtube.com/@KanjiCoder. Let's do that, right? That way, when you see this commit, you can take this commit message, and you should be able to grab onto this URL here. We might actually want to write this slightly differently, just to make sure. I'm going to write this a little bit differently. Okay, so you might be wondering, like, why I'm writing my commit message like this. And for the past, like, 10 years, whenever I write a string, if my string is a hard-coded string, I like to put square braces around it so that I know it's hard-coded and it's not procedurally generated. Now, why do I do that? Well, I do that so that I know I can search for this literal string and that it is embedded somewhere into the source code for something, right? That's why I do it. So if you're wondering, like, why are there so many fucking square braces in all my strings? That's why it's there. All right, we're going to hit end. We're going to hit enter. Then we're going to go check chat really quick. And we're going to make this public. We'll go make this public. Now, actually, we're going to add a license. We're going to add a license for a second. I'm going to add a license. So, Godot fail time. We're going to go new text document. And the reason we need a license... Okay, we need a license because if we are going to put this publicly out there... So, let's go into Notepad++. So, my server is public, so you could rip off the assets from my server. But I want to make sure that... the code in this repo is open source. Do what you will. The art in this repo is not okay, so what we'll do is we'll make a little license here. Now you might say, oh, well, this isn't a proper license file or some shit. Here's my attitude on it. I don't know where we got in the world where you need a lawyer before you can make a fucking decision, right? Lawyers should be after a good faith arrangement goes wrong, right? A contract should be readable by normal fucking people, right? Like, it's like, hey, Mr. Johnson, can I go mow your lawn? Oh, well, hey, little Timmy, let's get our lawyers together tomorrow, and then by next week, after we've hashed out a contract for $20, then, if everything goes all right, and both of our lawyers, if they both give us the thumbs up, then you can mow my lawn, right? That is fucking ridiculous, yet, for some reason, that's the way it's done in software. Fuck that shit. We ain't fucking doing it that way, right? Right? If you fuck me over, you know, there'll be consequences. All right? Anyways, let's go, and we do need to make a repo on our GitHub, and we also need to make sure that we have Josh's Twitch URL, right? So twitch.tv/JoshicusSaintAnger, right? Let's make absolutely sure that's the correct URL, and then we're going to throw that into the license file, right? There it is. Cool. So let's close this, and let's put that right there. That looks good. Let's close that. Let's go check chat, because I heard some dinging. That way, are you headed to bed? Headed to bed. This has been the most chaotic and exciting stream I've seen in ages. Definitely be back. All right, yeah, cool. See you around. All right. So, now that we have this license file, we got the Git file. We're gonna go clear. We're gonna go git add dot git commits -m. And we're gonna say added license file. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to go to GitHub. So let's go to GitHub. Okay, so we're going to go www.github.com. And we're going to go to our KanjiCoder account here. So we're going to sign out of our heavy metal cookies. And sign out from all accounts. And we're going to go sign in. And we're going to go kanjicoder@gmail.com. Then we're going to try really hard not to say our password out loud as we type it. Don't listen to my keyboard strokes! Alright? And then, we're going to sign in. Alright, so now that we signed in here, we're going to make a new project, and we're going to call it Fail Time. Do you want to call it Godot Fail Time or Fail Time Godot? I feel like, I know that I named the folder Godot Fail Time, but now I'm feeling like, let me think about it. It's part of a series that we're going to call Fail Time, but I don't know. I guess I'm more interested that it's Godot than it is Fail Time, right? So, I'm going to call it Godot Fail Time. Okay, yeah, Godot code for Fail Time series, right? And then what we can do, www.tinyurl.com/failtimegodot. Not found. Did I call it Godot Fail Time? Okay, so we're going to take this, right? And we're going to go www.tinyurl.com. We're going to type it the other way because we're dyslexic fucks, right? So we're going to go to tinyurl.com. And we're going to find this, we're going to take this URL right here, and we're going to put it in here, and we're going to say, fail time Godot, right? Shorten URL. All right, so now if we do www.tinyurl.com/Godot fail time, we're going to get the correct playlist. And then if we do it the other way around, www.tinyurl.com/fail time Godot, right? We're still going to get the same playlist. Okay, cool. So now that we have that, we have the little URL here. And there's one more thing that we're missing, right? So, going back to our folder, we have a license. Why don't we go new folder, new text document, readme.txt, right? And then in readme.txt, we're going to show you how to get to the playlist. Playlist for all this source code, right? www.tinyurl.com/Godot fail time. Direct playlist URL. And the direct playlist URL is this, right? Cool. So now we're going to go add that. So let's go git add dot, git commit -m, added playlist URL. Okay, clear. Okay, git status. Okay, so we need a remote. We still got to create that repo. All right, back over here. Okay, public. We'll make it public. And we're not going to initialize with anything. Create that repo. Okay, now we have to invite a collaborator. And that collaborator is going to be my personal account. Heavy Metal Cookies. Okay, add Heavy Metal Cookies. Then what we're going to do is we are going to sign out of this. Sign out. We're going to go back into Heavy Metal Cookies. Sign in. And we're going to go Heavy Metal Cookies at gmail.com. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go put in our password, try really hard not to say it out loud. And then don't listen to my keyboard strokes. And then here we are. And then what we want to do is want to go /KanjiCoder /Godot fail. Is it? I should have done Godot fail time. I hope I didn't use. I hope I typed it this way. Fuck, did I not? Did I type? Oh god, did I do dashes? Did I do fucking dashes? Okay, let's go look at that. What the fuck did I do wrong? Okay, well, let's go check our email, I guess. Why can't I find it? /invitations, right? Did I not send my... Oh my god, did I find myself, but then I didn't fucking send an invitation? Well, that's what it fucking looks like. Wait, no. This is my KanjiCoder account. We need my, personal email. Okay, come on. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck are you? Okay, Godot fail time. Okay, yeah, Godot fail time. Okay, cool. So let's go back here, right? So let's go back to our browser. Okay, Godot fail time. Okay, yeah. So it says Godot _fail _time. Okay, so it's KanjiCoder Godot fail time /invitations, right? Yes? No? Oh, I'm gonna go fucking flip a fucking something or other. Invitation? Oh, fuck you, GitHub! Alright, I swear to fucking God, if the URL ends up being this, okay, let's see if I'm being a fucking idiot, or if GitHub is just being really fucking stupid. Alright, so, I really fucking hate it that you send off an invitation to somebody to say, hey, you have access to this repo. Then you go to the literal repo URL, and you can't fucking see it, because, oh, even though you were sent the invitation to this repo, I'm sorry, you can't fucking see it till you accept the invitation. Fuck that, and fuck that. And also, I didn't type that right. So it's probably me being an idiot. But it still goes, right? So if we go type this, right? They may have changed this, because they may have changed this. But if we go directly to it, this repository is empty. I don't think it is. Oh, yeah, it is. It is empty still. Okay, so we can see it. Okay, we can see it. Okay, never mind, never mind. We do have to accept the invitation, though. Invitation. So a few months ago, if you did what I just did, you wouldn't even be able to see it until you go to the invitations link and hit accept invitation. Okay. So a combination of me being an idiot and me not knowing how to type correctly. All right, that's fine. Okay, so now that we have that invitation, we can go back here, and we need to set up a remote, right? So to set up a remote, we have to go back to that repo, www.github.com/KanjiCoder /fail time Godot, right? Fail time Godot. Do I just not know how to type? Fail time Godot. What am I doing wrong here? KanjiCoder /fail time Godot. Oh, no. I'm fucking dyslexic. Okay, we're gonna stop this right now. We're gonna solve this problem right fucking now. So this is, okay. So, okay, fail time repo. Fail time repo. Fail time repo. Okay. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to go git remote add. We're going to call it git SSH because we're using the SSH protocol. We're going to paste that in there. We're going to hit end. We're going to hit enter. Okay. Git remote -v. We see the remotes. Git push. Actually, git status first. Okay, git push git SSH. Master branch. Okay, cool. Okay, so there we go. Now that we have that, right? Now that we have that, we want to look at this, make sure it's up there, right? So let's go refresh, right? Okay, cool, it's there. Now we're gonna go into chat, right? We're gonna go into chat. We'll go throw that down there into chat. And there's one more thing we want to do, right? Because we're dyslexic motherfuckers. We're gonna go sign out and sign out of all accounts. And then we're going to sign in. And then we're going to do KanjiCoder@gmail.com. And then we're going to type our password. And then what we want to do is we want to make another repo. Guess what this repo is going to be called? Fail time Godot. Right? Because I kept on typing it the wrong fucking time. The wrong fucking way. Wrong repo. My dude, see. So, description, wrong repo, my dude. See github.com/KanjiCoder. Yeah, wrong repo. We'll make it public. Okay, let's create this. Okay, since my lazy ass does the... Okay, so then we'll go over here and we'll say wrong repo, my dude. Wrong repo, my dude. Wrong repo, my dude. Right? We'll paste that right there. And then we have to add ourselves an invitation, right? So we're going to go invite a collaborator. We're going to invite ourselves, add people. We're going to invite Heavy Metal Cookies to the repo, right? Add Heavy Metal Cookies as a collaborator, right? Then we're going to sign out. So let's go sign out. Okay, sign out. Let's sign in. Let's go Heavy Metal Cookies @gmail.com. Oh, God, I almost said it out loud. God damn it. I think I said the first letter of my password out loud. Shit. Okay, so anyways, now that we're here, we want to go to github.com/KanjiCoder /fail time Godot, right? And this repository is empty. Okay, so now I want to go to our folder structure here. And want to go back up one, and want to make a new folder. New folder. We're going to call it Fail Time Godot, right? So this is the wrong way. And what we want to do here is want to make a new folder, a new README, readme.txt, and then want to open that up. So we're going to open up that with Notepad++. Wrong repo, my dude. You wanted... So, right? So that's what's going on here, right? It's not this. Oh, it is this. It's not this, right? So wrong repo, dude. You wanted, right? So we're going to save that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a new file. We're going to paste the same exact thing in it. And we're going to say www.github. Not valid. We can't have colons or we can't have slashes. Right? So now, the reason why we copied that message is because now when we look at this folder structure here, we see wrong repo C Godot fail time. Let's rename that. That's a little bit long. Let's say bad repo. Let's rename it to bad repo. Bad repo C Godot fail time.txt. Yeah, that seems good to me. So we're going to go git bash here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go git init dot. And then after we have that, we want to set up that remote, right? And so if we look at our notes right here, our remote URL is right here. So let's go copy this. And then right here, fail time Godot. Git remote add, git SSH, paste. Okay, git remote, git push, git SSH master. Why not? Oh, did we not invite ourselves? Oh, yeah, we have to go /invitations. We have to accept the invite, right? God, I cannot fucking spell invitations. Invitations. Yes? Accept invitation. Okay, so see how it didn't work? If we do that again, it's going to work this time because we accepted the invitation. No? No? What the fucking hell? All right. Git remote -v. Failtimegodot.git. That looks right. Oh, did we not commit anything? Oh, yeah. Git add dot. Git commit -m. Wrong repo C. Okay, so let's push that up. Okay, so now, clear, git status, everything should look good there. And so now what we want to see here is if we go to the wrong repo, fail time Godot, bad repo, see Godot fail time.txt, wrong repo, readme.txt, wrong repo, my dude, you wanted github.com/kanjicoder/Godot fail time. Now, if we click this URL, it'll bring us to Godot fail time, and this is the correct repo, right? That's much better. Okay, so we went 30 minutes over. But we have a camera working in this project, AJC001. This is a good time to end the video. I'm going to do some more cleanup later of kind of the folder structures I have. But we got a working camera in Godot, and we can move it with the arrow keys, right? So here's the project, Godot fail time. AJC001 is the Godot project source code for what we did today. And inside of our project, if we run our project, we can start it up and we can punch our arrow keys to move the camera. We are good. We are out of here. This has been Fail Time Video 3, Attempt Just a Camera. We did get a camera working from scratch. It needs improvements, so tomorrow we'll attempt just a camera again, but we're going to do it a slightly different way, a better way. So my name's KanjiCoder. Like, subscribe, follow, send money in the mail.